Hi guys, welcome. So it's been about 2 weeks since I've recorded a video. You probably wouldn't know that because I had a pile of them that I'd kind of built up. I did like 7 or 8 of them in one weekend. It's been a nice break, honestly. Sometimes I can get a little, I don't know, it takes the fun out of it sometimes, the YouTube piece. So anyway, today I'm just gonna be messing around with a couple different things here, variety of stuff, just kind of going through a handful of products that are from different brands. Detail Co wheel wash, which I've used, but I haven't talked about it on camera. It's good. You'll like it. I have Pan's new quick detailer, which we're going to use as like a drying aid. I have P&S Frostbite, which was sent to me Becca sent me a box of stuff that she no longer wanted, which is really nice of her. So I'm going to use a handful of them. I'm going to sell them for her on secondhand detailing, whatever's left, and then I'm going to send her all the money for it. So kind of a win-win situation. I get to try a bunch of stuff and not have to pay the full price or lose half the money. So thanks, Becca. I appreciate that. So I have Frostbite in here. This is the Real You. I don't know. There's a couple different brands of these. So basically, there are 3 different variations. Let's just talk about these really quick. This was kind of the original one. This is from Real You. They make this in pink and green. This just happens to be the pink one. See, there's no straw in there. It also has no knob on the side. So this mixes at right around a 1% PIR, right around 100 to 1 is what's coming out of the nozzle. So it's actually great for like GSF or Rogue or certain things like that. Then there's the Raincovo. Very similar, no pickup tube, empty container. They added a little nipple on the bottom here. It's like a one-way valve that allows it to suck the product through here, but not, not leak. And it has a knob on the side to adjust dilution. With the knob all the way tight, it's still around 100 to 1. It's got the same inlet metering on here. Then version 3 is really this guy. This is again a Real You, and the difference is, I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but there's a hose in here. Anyway, there is a pickup tube in there. Now, there you can see it right there at the top. Now, it's like 50-50 whether you get a pickup tube. It's supposed to come with it. It shows in the Amazon description you're going to get a pickup tube. If you do not, you can just cut one off a sprayer from a bottle. The Clean Tool sprayers work really well for that, but some other brands do as well. So, you could just cut one and make it work. I talked to Becca. Hers didn't come with one, and that was what I suggested to her. Just cut one off of a tip. So this again is right around 100 to 1. It has the metering knob, so you can turn it down from there, but it does have the pickup tube, which is kind of nice because now you can use it in this direction, where these ones you have to use in this direction. And using this in this direction isn't a huge deal, except there's nothing to keep it from flowing into the manifold. So what'll happen eventually is some will just like dribble out of the nose. So you end up having to store them like in this direction. So ideally, I think what I really want is I want this guy in the black colorway, the black and red, with a pickup tube. I think that's the way. And maybe have the pickup tube have a big tip on it so we can put different nozzles on it and different metering tips. But anyway, we're getting there, right? We're getting there. So my hope is at SEMA I can kind of unpack something from somebody. Somebody will have something that we can play around with and find an option. So anyway, we're going to snow foam this car with P&S Frostbite. I've got that in here. We're just going to run it straight in here, which is going to be the same as doing it like 1 to 8 in a cannon. So like, let's say you had a full standard foam cannon, you had an MJJC foam cannon Pro or a foam cannon S or something like that. Let's say you put about 150 milliliters of product in there and you filled it up with water. That's going to be the equivalent of what we're going to get out of this. We'll try the quick detailer like I mentioned. I do have Sonex Ceramic Tire Plus Wheel Detailer. I don't know. Like I said, I just have a handful of products that I want to try out and use, and like I've tested the whole Clean by Pan line, I've tested the whole Detail Co line, I've tested a lot of P&S stuff over the years. These are just some things that have kind of made their way into my life. Then we'll probably do the interior with Pan's interior quick detailer, because I have that here too. The Pan stuff, shout out to Adamo, Adamo's Garage. One day he's going to start a channel. He keeps saying he's ready. He's getting all the stuff. Anyway, he's establishing the equipment and things that he's going to need, but he's going to start doing a bunch of videos. He's starting his own detailing business, so I wish him luck with that. So he wanted to test out the new clean products, and because he's in Canada and can't buy them there, he had them shipped to my house, and then I'm going to forward them to Canada for him. So the quick detailer, the interior quick detailer, and the water spot remover are all his. I'm going to get to test those out, and then I'll send them off to him as well. I do like, they made an update to these bottles, and you know, previously they had the name of the product right here. They added it as a ring around the top as well. I think that makes it a lot easier to read. Yeah, I have another bottle over there on the shelf of the old one. It used to say keep it tight, keep it clean, like that's Pan's motto. But now it says interior quick detailer, interior quick detailer. Let's try these couple things out. Let's start off with doing the wheels and tires. I'm gonna try to do this kind of quick, and I'll be talking to you while I'm doing it like always. You know, hopefully we can have a little bit of fun here. I've got the GLK 350. It's relatively dirty. It's been over 2 weeks since I washed it. Dirty for me, dirty for me. Like, somebody's gonna say, oh, you never washed a dirty car. I know, because I keep my cars clean, so sorry. All right, so we've got some mud here. Got a bunch of brake dust on the wheels. There's some bird crap here. A bunch of dirt and dust on the backside. The whole roof has like a tinge of brown to it. So I haven't done a video for 2 weeks on this car, so that means it's been 3 weeks since it's been washed. So anyway, let's do it. So we're gonna be careful here. We've got acid wash. Acid wash connected to my griot. So I'm using it straight in here. This is going to dilute about 1 to 15 coming out of the tip. They say on the dilution 1 to 1 to 1 to 10. They give you a pretty broad range. They tell you that it's relatively strong. So anyway, let's try this out. Sorry, for some reason my griot was loosened all the way up. So this is a wheel acid. It's fairly strong. I really like the way it comes off, honestly. It's got this kind of ability to bring back the coating in a way that the wheel ends up almost dry. It's kind of neat, honestly. But let me show you what I mean here. Check out the water behavior on that. Like the amount that just comes off. The same thing over here. Just hit it again real quick. So I honestly like foaming products like this, wheel cleaners and more abrasive chemicals, because the foam, at least in my opinion or experience, allows it gives you some blocking of sunlight, if that makes sense. Like it keeps the sun from being so harsh. So all right, so that's Frostbite. We used about 50 mLs of soap, so about half of the container here, which, you know, for the most part, put 100 in a cannon, full cannon, 50 in a half cannon. Like, I really like those little things. They work well. So we're gonna let this dwell for a minute. We're gonna rinse it off. This is a snow foam. We'll see how it does breaking stuff down. Hopefully it does a decent job. Most of the PNS products I've tested in the past have been good. So when I'm testing a snow foam, I like to walk around, just kind of look at the colors, watch for changes. Some bird droppings here that I can see that are melting. I've got some spots on the glass. Doesn't like the heat. I've got some bug splats here on the front that are running down the car. Does seem to be doing well. Let's check out the other side. You're really not supposed to use these products in direct sun, or at least manage them if you do. Not necessarily worried about it. Worst case, I get to try some water spot remover today. Seems pretty good so far. Has a smell, it's not bad. It's not really strong, if that makes sense. I don't dislike it. It's more on the manly side, the cologne side, less on the fruit side, if that makes sense. Yeah, so anyway, we'll start rinsing from the top down. Did fairly well. We've got probably 90% cleanup. There's still some like tar, something like that, and a bunch of dirt down here. Most of the bugs are off. There's still a couple on the front. Overall, fairly good though, you know. And that's the whole point of a snow foam, right? Try to reduce the amount of marring that you're introducing with your contact wash. This is Rogue. Probably going to be pretty foam crazy. I liked Rogue. Thought that it worked really well. Some people seem to think that because I said it was cheap, that meant it was bad. I didn't mean that at all. I don't think that it has the user experience that GSF does. In terms of scent, just the joy that it brings me in using it. But it is inexpensive and it works very well. And I'm using it again today because it was still in my foam cannon. So Microfiber Madness Deli Pad. Kind of went through and got rid of a bunch of my old pads from a variety of different companies. I'm working on consolidating all of my towels down. I'm waiting for the next ones to come out from House of Rags. Rag Company just released a couple new ones as well. I like their take on the mini goat. I'm gonna get one from Thor as well. We'll see what makes the most sense, and I think I'm probably gonna get rid of some of my gauntlets and switch to some of those. I do also like the Diva rinseless dryer. That's a great towel, one of my favorites at this point. So you're gonna see me kind of consolidate down some of my towels, go to like 5 or 6 different ones. I really need probably gonna keep the Pluffle, some sort of drying towel. I don't know if it'll be Diva rinseless or Mini Goats or the M22 or whatever. Be something, one of those. And then either a Mr. Twister or FTW. I could really use those interchangeably for drying aid. I like those white auto fiber towels for coatings. the ones with the numbers on them. All right, let's try this quick detailer. I've used it when rinseless washing, and it honestly has great slickness and a great scent. However, if you have a polymer-based rinseless, it seems to get a little streaky. If you're on something like this where there's just a coating following a pH neutral soap, you're fine. You don't get those streaks. It actually works very well. It feels to me like Pan made it strong, like Infinity, and that if you cut it like 1-to-1 with water, it might work a little bit better on a polymer based, but I don't know that you can. They do say spray onto a towel. If the surface is dry, spray onto a towel and then wipe it. If it's wet, like this is, then you can spray it on the water. You see those instant hydrophobics because it is a SiO2 based product, and we're getting nice slickness, nice gloss. So yeah, it really needs some water. You get like a little bit of haze. Or you need to not be in sunlight like me, right? So you have to give it a break in one way or another. And typically to me, that means that it's potent, strong. It's gonna last a bit. Like I said, it's one of the same problems that we run into with Infinity. And I'm using the word problem. It's not really a problem. It's just design intention and understanding that, right? Not gonna lie, the first time I used it, I did so in the garage on the Mercedes after rinseless washing it with Hero. And I sprayed it on a dry panel, and I immediately got some streaks, and I really didn't like it. And then decided to give it a shot on a wet panel, and I found that works really well. And I played around a little bit more, spraying it on a towel, trying a couple other options to apply it. And now I like it. I like the scent. I don't know what it is, but I like it. It smells good. Nice and simple. Pan quick detailer. All right. And this is a wheel and tire detailer. So let's try this out. They say to spray it, turn nozzle spray position, spray onto sponge or microfiber, apply evenly to tire and wheel surface. I guess I don't know why you would use this on the wheel over just using your regular like drying aid or quick detailer that you're using for the paint. But not bad. A little bit of shine, not a ton. A little streaky on the wheel. Buff it with a dry side. This really isn't bad. It's got a good scent. Doesn't change the appearance of the tire very much. So, I heard on the OG live stream last week that Krenzel is coming out with a 240 volt pressure washer under the premise that if you have a dedicated 20 amp, it's easy enough to get a dedicated 240, which is kind of the whole premise that I built mine on whenever that was, 6 months ago, something along those lines. So the difference between this and like their KW700, I think they have something like that, is that this will have total stop and be more of a form factor like the 1322. So that's kind of cool. They had the same thought that I did. I'm not trying to claim that I had it first or anything like that. I mean, realistically, that thing has to have been in development for a long time in order for it to be almost ready to ship, right? But still pretty cool. I think AR is doing something similar. They have their new version of the 630. So that's kind of cool. I think there have been lots of people over the years that have been chasing a new standard pressure washer, 125 volt or 120 volt pressure washer, like, you know, whether it's the Active or the AR or the Krenzel or whatever they ended up with. I think I don't think we're going to see a lot of innovation at that level at this point. Maybe the Quiver will come out and surprise me, but realistically, like, what they're running into there is the maximum amount that a 1.5 horsepower motor can do, or whatever it is, 1.25 horsepower. Like, there's only so much power, which equates to only so much motor, which equates to only so much output. So really, the way that you solve that is more power, more motor, and then you end up with more output. Unless you don't care. I mean, there are plenty of people that have, you know, Karchers, ARs, Actives, and they're perfectly content and happy. I find that admirable. And there are people that are content and happy driving a Honda every day. I find that admirable too. It sounds like maybe OG is getting some of the old press-all bottles back too, which is kind of what I ended up doing. You have a mix of old and new, because you only really need the fluorinated bottles for a couple products. But at this point, I've got all my OG bottles figured out. I'm up to 18 press-all bottles that all match. Got the right labels, the right sprayers, all of that stuff, and they've been solid. Haven't had any issues. I'll probably still get the metal tips when they come out, but anyway. Yeah, they've been really, really good. These things are neat. This is the one, or maybe not. Maybe it's the other one without the stupid knob and just put the tube on it, but then you need this cap. I don't know. You see how they work though. They're really nice, and you can run, if you're using something that wants like a 1% PIR, which would be like GSF, even touchless to a degree. Touchless is like 1 to 2. It's usually what they're looking for. I don't know, a variety of other chemicals that are out there, like running something straight like this works really well. So these are cheap, they're like 25 bucks on Amazon. I'll throw a link down below if you want to get one and mess around with it. Just note that it might say that it comes with a pickup straw and it might not include a pickup straw. Just is what it is. You know, they're Chinesium, they're 30 bucks. But for something like you could fill one with stars and one with stripes, or you could fill one with touchless and one with GSF, or something along those lines, and just use 2 of these and be good to go. Pretty sweet. So yeah, I think the end of 2025 is going to be a year of simplifying. I'm going to try to knock down some of the products that I have, knock down some of the towels that I have, go through some of these brands, get to the point that I've got a lot less inventory here. And I realized, like, I just did a video showing, you know, one of everything from Ethos, one of everything from, you know, I got a bunch more lithium products now from Becca and some other stuff here, but I've gone through a couple full lines recently. The next line that I'm going to dig into, I don't know, I'm torn between 3. It's either going to be CarPro, Inovacar, or Yum, one of those 3. I want to do Yum, but most of Yum is out of stock. So, you know, I review a product and rave about it or like it or don't like it or whatever. Like, you can't even try it. And I don't mean like this is going to sound selfish, but you know, a large portion of funding for the channel is affiliation. So you clicking my link and buying something from there does help me out. Now, that being said, you know, I've got a couple $1,000s worth of detailing supplies here, and on average from affiliation, I might make 300 bucks a month, 400 bucks a month, something along those lines across all of my sources. I'm not making a ton of money on it. It's just the reality. But, you know, if you're spending $1,000 on chemicals and you make 300 back from affiliation, and then you ended up reselling the half-empty chemicals for, you know, 400 bucks or something along those lines. Well, now it didn't cost you $1,000, it cost you 300 bucks. You get a little bit from YouTube ads, you get a little bit from here or there, and the next thing you know, you're, you know, close to even. And that's, you know, I never wanted to be rich here. I just wanted to be close to even and be able to do this for free, kind of, to provide this without it costing me a ton of money from my pocket. So as time has gone on, that's been the goal. And maybe over time things will get better. Maybe over time I'll buy a car, a project car or something like that. But anyway, so all this to say, the stuff I tested out today, Frostbite was fine. I didn't love it. It's kind of like Absolute. Absolute works really well. It's just, it's not my favorite. There are things that are better. Same thing with this. I like Touchless better. I like the 3pH from Labo Cosmetica better. I realize this is just a snow foam. I like GT better, GT snow foam. It was fine though. It worked well. You could totally use it. It's got a decent smell to it, but we'll pass it on to the next person and let somebody else test it out. I've got, you know, 60% of a bottle there. And at this point, somebody else tried it before me. I tried it, you know, somebody else gets to try it too, and it doesn't have to cost somebody a ton of money. So that's kind of nice. Pans Quick Detailer. I like that a lot. It's not my favorite. I still like the GT better. I still like OG Drying Aid a little better. From a usability standpoint, this probably has more durability than OG Drying Aid, but I don't really care about durability because I'm washing my car once a week. If you're looking for something a little bit more durable, then this would probably be a better bet than that. It's got a great scent, great action. You need to use it in, you know, on a wet surface, or apply it towards a towel, or not do it in sunlight. Like if you spray it on your panel in sunlight, you're gonna hate yourself. Now, that being said, you can spray a little bit more on your towel and you can kind of wipe it off, or you can put a little bit of water on your towel and you can wipe it off. Like it's not like you made a high spot on your car, right? It's still, you can fix it. But it works well, I like it. Let's mess around with the interior quick detailer. I haven't tried this yet. Oh, and the ceramic tire and wheel, like I didn't really see much blackening happening to the tire. It doesn't have like a gloss or shine, which I don't really love tire shines anyway, so I'm actually fine with that. But You know, it's not like Ghost from ADS where it like puts a shell on your tire and makes it so that it's like super durable, which is a ceramic product. And I think if you're looking for like a ceramic detailer, that's probably what you're looking for, is something like Ghost. I didn't really understand the purpose of putting it on the wheel. I guess it can work on both, so that's kind of nice. You could just use one towel like I was using those gauntlets and just flipping them, using the black side for the tire and the gray side for the wheel. That's kind of cool, I guess. But I would just use my drying aid or quick detail or whatever I'm using on the paint. I would use that on the wheels because the wheels are painted. But I don't know, it worked fine. Most of the Sonex products I've liked. They've been good. They've been around for a long time. I don't think that there's a ton of innovation coming out of them at this point. I think that they just have a solid line and maybe they make periodic updates. I still like Cert Perfect Finish. I still like Cut Max. I still like other Alcantara cleaner and their leather foam. Those are all good products as well. This one was fine. It was okay. Their wheel cleaner was also fine. I got those from a glove box. They worked reasonably well. So let's check this out, the quick detailer. One thing I will say, I found that with German cars, certain scents don't work well. Even though you like the scent, it doesn't mix well with the interior of a Mercedes or a BMW or something that uses like Napa leather and has that kind of German. I don't know how to describe it. If you ever sat in a German car, it's not like a Volkswagen, like that just smells like crayons, but more like a Mercedes or a BMW where they've got kind of that smell. So what I'm saying is, I found with certain types of products, the scents, even though you like the scents, they don't mix well with the car itself. So I'll give you an example. I really like Bevy Grape, which is a BioFresh bar, and it's got like a grape scent. And actually, I've got a couple of them in my garage, and my garage smells great because of them. But you put that in a Mercedes, and it doesn't smell good. It really doesn't. The two don't mix well together. Kind of the natural scent of the Mercedes. This works well. I'm getting a decent amount of black off. Just trying to hit some dirtier surfaces with it. It's only been a couple weeks since I last cleaned the car, and I pick up food in it, but I don't really eat in it. There's a scent there, but it's not really lingering. It's pleasant when you're using it. The finish I would describe as like a matte or a satin finish. I'll do like my dash here with it. It's like an OEM style finish, so no complaints there. We can hit some of these glossier surfaces. We do like a screen here, do some wood grain trim, just shiny. Yeah, that comes off pretty well. No streaks left behind. Not bad at all. It's a little slippery, but not bad. And it's not greasy. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, it feels a little slick. Like there's just nothing on it. So, yeah. Overall, this works well. Test in an inconspicuous spot. Obviously I did that. Cleans and protects in one step. So yeah, there is a light cleaning and protection. There is a little bit of protection left behind. Free of greasy or glossy residue. Safe for most interior materials, including plastics, vinyl, leather, infotainment screens, gloss black, glass, chrome, even open pore wood. Let's try it on glass. I wouldn't normally use an interior cleaner to clean glass, but it's nice when it can, like ADS Pilot can. Yeah, that worked well. Okay. All right, well, it's nice to see Pan is rounding out his line. He's obviously doing the slow and steady wins the race kind of thing. I think he's being pretty discerning about his products. Most people seem to like them. I really do like his spray sealant. I think that's probably the best product that he has in his line. And I think that's still probably the case. The quick detailer works really well. I could see myself using that probably more often than the spray sealant, because the spray sealant is just, it's strong and it's got a very potent smell. The quick detailer is more in line with what I generally do. Wash my car once a week, use something when I'm drying it to give myself a little bit of slickness and gloss and protection, added protection on top of the coating, you know, a topper, if you will. I see it as being a replacement for something like, I don't know, a bead maker, a OG drying aid, a Yum detailer, a GT detailer, something along those lines. Any of the quick detailers works well. Seems to have a reasonable amount of protection in it, just by the thirst for water that I'm getting from it. It's nice and slick. It's got good gloss. Looks really great on the car. Easy to apply and use, but also a little seems to go a long way. If you don't have water on the car, I'd recommend spraying it on the towel and just using the towel to dry it. The interior detailer I like. It does have a scent. The scent is pleasant. It doesn't really linger. I still think that I like the Mile Deep one that I've been playing around with lately better. But it's similar to like the Mile Deep and the Pilot. I think that it actually works really well. I like that it can kind of work on everything. It doesn't leave a lot of protection behind. I generally don't like the ones that leave a lot of protection behind. I tend to just stay up on things, right? I clean my interior every 2-3 weeks, maybe once a month, something along those lines. I do the exterior of the car usually on average once a week, maybe every 2 weeks. So I might be abnormal in that, but for somebody like a prosumer like me, I've got a couple cars that I keep relatively clean. I think it's a really good product. Because the scent isn't fruity, I don't think it's going to give you that interference with the German brands like I mentioned before. But I do like Mile Deep's scent is a lot like Kush Chemi Fresh Up. It's just really, really good. So I think, I still like that product, and that's probably still my favorite. But this is good. I mean, it's probably top 5, something thereabouts in terms of my, the products I've used in my experience overall. I definitely like it better than like P&S Interior Cleaner, or which is stronger and foamier and leaves some streaks behind where this doesn't. So I think Pan did a good job on this one. Well, really, he did a good job on both of them, honestly. They both worked well. The water spot remover I haven't tested yet. I will test that. I'm going to have to introduce some water spots to something in order to do that, because I don't have anything that's spotted right now. But I can say it smells terrible. It's probably effective, and we'll see for sure how it works. So I'll try to get that going here. But that's all I have for today. This is a fairly long video. We're at 57 minutes right now. But tested half a dozen products, got to talk to you guys a little bit. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. Next I'm going to do Yum, Innova Car, or Car Pro, one of those 3. Just dig into one of them. There's a couple more Clean Tool products that are coming to me as well. I actually have Clean Tool's Eco Wash, which is their new rinseless. So I'm interested to play with that. Yeah, we'll see how it is. But I also have their screen wash. So as soon as I go through all of my windshield washer fluid on my car, I'm using Nexet right now. We'll get some screen wash in there, and we'll see how that works. It's a windshield washer fluid concentrate. Comes in this cute little bottle. It's 200 mLs, and you mix it 100 to 1. So this bottle will make 20 liters of product, which is about 5 gallons of product. It's pretty sweet. So we'll try this out, see how it works. Like I said, I've been using Nexet for a while. It's okay. It leaves some, there are like some circles and stuff where the water or the drops were when they dry off the car. So I don't love it because of that. They rinse right off. It's not bad. It's not like it's leaving hard water spots behind, but we'll see how this is. And Clean Tool has been, everything I've tested from them has been really good. So anyway, we'll see how it works. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're having a great day.